Yo, what's happening? What's happening? As promised, y'all, I am now officially filming the video for, y'all saw it in the title, for my Crown Victoria. Yep. So, most of you already know what this is, where this comes from, and all of that. Like, I'm talking about, the history of the vehicle and stuff like that, like the Panther platform and all that was in the Grand Marquis and the Lincoln Town cars, and y'all know that part of a Crown Vic. You already know. So why is there another video on YouTube about a Crown Victoria? Simple, because every Crown Victoria is different. This one is different. If you have one, it's different, and so on and so forth. Mine in particular comes from what I believe is either the Ardmore, Oklahoma Police Department or the Pine Bluff, Arkansas Police Department. And the way I know is when I bought this car 5 years ago, back during the roughest time of our life era, 2020. I don't know if I can say the word, during that time. That's when this car was purchased. And I found paperwork that stated those two places. So either it was in the police department in one, and then it ended up in another one, or something happened there that it ended up in Pine Bluff or Ardmore. But here it is. I'm technically the second owner of this vehicle. It currently has 193,000 miles on it. Pardon the sun, but I'm just filming with the regular phone. But it's been really reliable. It never had me any issues, no problems, none of that. So it's been a really good car to me. The only issue that is happening at the time of this recording is the power steering pump wants to go out. And y'all know how it is with the Fords from this area, that it got the little, you'll hear it hear it when I drive it, you know what I mean. It leaks a lot of power steering fluid. I literally go through power steering like those little small, I don't know how they call those, liters, half a gallons or whatever. I go through one of those, like 3 of those per month. If it sits a lot of time, for a long time, yes, it will leak it off. But if I'm driving it daily and this and that, it's not giving me any issues. The other good thing about the Crown Victoria Police Interceptor is that it has some power. It got a little pep to its step, as some will say. It's good old reliable. Like I said, it has not left me stranded, none like that. The only time it left me stranded is when I had a blowout and I didn't have an extra one. But that, that's a tire. That can happen to any vehicle. So, this car, I'm selling it to upgrade. Now, I ain't gonna say what I'm upgrading to or when or whatever. But at the meantime, I will be daily driving until then. So, I'm gonna show y'all the details, the pros and cons of owning a next police car. The pros, and as well as a con, is that every time, like people out of town, y'all know, it's 2026. Not a lot of agencies have Crown Vics anymore, and if they do, they probably have them, as extras. But rarely do they have Crown Vics in their lineup anymore. They usually have Chargers, Tahoes, Durangos, Explorers, which are the more commons where I'm at, and so on. But Crown Vics are like maybe like small towns out there somewhere in the middle of nowhere. They probably still have Crown Vics, or but here where I'm at, it's a pretty okay populated area. They don't have Crown Victorias anymore. But what I'm trying to say is, people from out of town that I notice, that I get behind, people that have other state license plates, they tend to do the speed limit or under it because they think it's a police officer behind them. And so I guess they get a little nervous or whatever, but you know, it is what it is. But people in town already know, you know, that obviously, you know, it's not a cop or whatever. But anyways, so that's the pros of owning a Crown Vic, is that it has power, it's pretty reliable. The only other problem I had with it was I did for the brakes. The brakes are all brand new on all fours. That happened back in October. Oil change happened about 2 weeks ago. And from that, I have not done nothing. I have not done a tune-up to it in 5 years. I know some of them are going to say that's neglect, that's this. But hear me out. I have all the parts. I have everything to do it. I just want the time, the effort. I want to learn, you know. I know a little bit, you know, the basic stuff, you know, but I don't know how to do a little tune-up. I don't know how to do all that stuff. So, you know, that I want to learn, but I'm still trying to see if I want to learn it in this vehicle or something that's throw around, you know. But yeah, I am selling this car. It never had any issues with it. And now I'm gonna show you the inside, the interior, and all these little things. As y'all can see, how many lives were ruined in this back seat. Now I have heard that it's rare for police interceptors to have carpet. Apparently that was a high-end option for the police department back in the 2000s. But man, I don't know. But yeah, it's the paint. The 2000s paint is like shot, like yeah, it's like no longer, no more. There's like a little dent over here that's not noticeable. As you can see what I mean about the, see what I mean? Yep, there it is. The tints are bad. It's horrible. You see that? The tints are pretty bad. It needs a cleanup. That's probably what I should do instead of being a lazy mofo. But yeah, you can see it's dirty. That's all it is. Dirt everywhere. Yep, I'm pretty sure y'all already know Crown Vics. Let me know in the comments. See, I recently bought these. Well, I actually didn't. I buy and sell vehicles. This came in a Ranger from last year, so I was like, nah, I'm just might as well put them in my CVPI. But yeah, as you can see, the paint is no longer in the chat. Right here, this happened because the hood kept getting stuck. So I kept putting stuff in here to lift it, and when I lift, it broke. And then after that same day I broke it, it fixed. Like, come on, man, like, really? So anyways, that's left. Y'all can see it doesn't have no dents, no damage. It's dirty as heck. There's stray kittens that will, you know, lay their selves in there. But yeah, it's just dirty right now. I should have cleaned it. See, it's all dirt and the paint and all that. It used to have antennas, I'm guessing. The spotlight, it came without a spotlight, but I do believe this is not the correct spotlight for it, because I believe they're black, rounder, whatever. It also did not came with the push bar, which that would have been sweet, because the one I want for it is the wraparound, the one that wraps all the way right here. That would have been the one that I wanted, but you know, it came like that. And I don't know if you can see it, and there's like a little feint that says Sergeant. So this belongs to the sergeant, either in, like I said at the beginning of the video, either the armored Police Department or the Pine Bluff Police Department. So now we are going to turn it on. I'm going to show you the mileage. I'm going to show you the motor and all that good stuff. Might as well go ahead and pop the hood. But there's the mileage, 193,457 miles. Look at that, the interior. Obviously, no Bluetooth, none of that. So I had to buy an aftermarket thing right there. That just for the phone. I usually don't ever use it, but I did a TikTok live the other day driving around, so I left it there. So anyways, we're about to drive it, but I'm gonna show y'all. There it is. I'm gonna show you the motor so y'all can see that it drives smooth and everything. It has no issues, none of that. Alright, there it is. So what I was saying about the brakes, this is new. Well, not new at the time, but I bought this back in 2020 when it went out. Well, actually January 2021, because when I bought the car it was around the end of 2020, so it was around December when I bought it. And there it is, the 4.6 ungoverned. I did 132 in Mexico. The battery is brand new. All that is brand new. Like, it needs cleaning, it's everything. Like, you already know the 4.6. Like, I didn't believe it at first when they said that they were like tanks. I was like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, they're not tanks, I was saying. And then I got this car and so far so good, man. Like, it has not left me stranded. Like I said, it's a pretty good, reliable vehicle. And well, y'all said, well, you're saying it's reliable and everything, so why are you selling it? Well, I want to get me another Panther, but I want to get me a low mile one, because at almost 200, I mean, it still has some life left, but at the same time it's like, man, that's too many, you know, that's too many much. It might break down any minute or whatever, you know. It's an old vehicle, it's an 03, and y'all know how that is with old vehicles, you know, that you never know, man. You're driving it right now, and then tomorrow it might not start, and it turns out it's something significant, or it turns out something as simple as a little cable came loose, or a little fuse popped, or whatever, you know. But these are really reliable. I mean, I've been to Dallas 3 times. I've been to Oklahoma City like 5 times. I was planning a big trip that I never did. I was gonna go over there to the Detroit area, but I never did that. And I'm pretty sure it would have got me there and back without any issues, other than bad fuel, because, you know, big V8. So yeah, I am selling the Crown Vic to well, I'm not gonna say what I'm getting, but it might be another Panther. It might be another Panther for sure. I'm 80% sure it's gonna be another Panther, but we'll see. I might find something decent. There's a car in mind that I want that nobody has in the area, that I'm also not gonna mention, because as soon as I mention, everybody's gonna start, you know, from, you know, wherever I live, you know, whoever sees my videos, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, and then, you know, they're gonna end up lying that, oh, I found it, but no, in reality, they didn't heard about the vehicle until I said it, you know, because that has happened before, you know. But anyway, that's my Crown Vic. I'm selling it to whoever wants to get in touch with me about this vehicle, or any vehicle for that matter that I'm selling. The link to my social media is going to be in the description. It's going to be a link tree, and we all appreciate y'all watching the video. I hope y'all like it. I know the audio might not be that good, not professional, none of that, but it is what it is, man. You gotta work with what you got. You gotta work with what you got. And all right, I'll holler at you later. Hopefully the next video, it's something a little better or whatever. I might film a 92 Chevy. I might do that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, here it is, the promise video, the Crown Victoria. Appreciate y'all watching.